Okay, folks, want to tell you today about a lesser known product that we produce these days. New to our product range 18 months ago, hasn't actually got a name at the moment, but it doesn't matter. But we do produce a cabbage de-leafing machine. This one is a twin row system constructed out of the same spiral roller sections that we use on the Evolution separator, so quite a soft and gentle ribbed roller. We have two pairs side by side on this machine, I'll show you in a moment. And the idea is we're feeding stored cabbage from the box tipper through a conveyor system. At the beginning we have a trimming area to take the stalk or the nub off the cabbage at the beginning of the process. Then the cabbages roll onto our system, are gently rotated with a blower system above that's adjustable. And that basically just blows away the outer leaves of the cabbage, which are extracted through the bottom of the separator and then onto a trimming station. And again, this is an optional unit that we do. In this case, we have a lower conveyor belt, or a mid conveyor belt I should say, where the product travels. And then that's picked off at the three stations on either side for final trimming and final removal of the last few leaves. So there's an extra nozzle above each station there that just gives us the finished job of the product. So they're then placed on the top conveyor, which travels down and along to the carousel for packing at the end of the system. And then any waste drops down the three chutes on either side into the waste returns belt that you can see ascending back up into the central belt. And as you can see, we have a lower waste belt catching everything else, bringing it to a single point. So this is just one configuration. It doesn't have to be in this particular way, but it's just shows you what we're capable of and what's possible. So I'll start you at the top. We'll go through it in detail and you can fully understand how it works and what a good job it does. Let's go this way. Well, we might as well start at the business end of the machine in question. So the crop's coming down the feed belt from the box tipper. There's a static area here really where the crop just build up. So the operator will be taking each cabbage as it's straight from the store with its really messy outer leaves. The trimming will happen just here. We've got a soft area here to protect the knife. The nubs will be trimmed off and any waste leaf's going to drop through this grill down into a waste belt. And then really those cabbages are just going to be pushed over and down into our de-leafer. So let me explain a little bit more about the de-leafer. This is a twin channel version. We do a single and we do twin, obviously just for volume. And we do them in different lengths, but the optimum 2.4 metre machine here gives you lots of capacity. The way that it works is the four separate shafts are driven individually, the variable speed, and we can change the direction of the rollers as well. The idea is that we can use one roller of the pair to move the crop slowly, and then the second roller is turning the crop. And as it turns, it gently teases away some of those outer leaves. So the actual function of the rollers turning by themselves does a large part of extracting that leaf from the cabbage. And then secondly, we have the air system above. On this machine particularly, we've got 4 air jets down each one. We can control the flow of the air, and we can also control the angle of the jet of air as well. So by altering this lever, you can push these forwards or backwards, and that will either help push the crop down the table or it will push against the crop, holding it there for longer and getting more cleaning and more leaf removal as it's spent longer time on the rollers. All stainless steel. We do it as a 2-channel and we do it as a single channel as well. So we can build these machines really to whatever capacity you're looking for. Let's tell you a little bit about the drive, which is down here a little bit lower. So as I mentioned before, we have a direct drive system, motor gearbox for every shaft with no chains and sprockets, no guarding to worry about. It's a very, very simple system with really no maintenance. Other than the oil change in the gearbox after quite a long period of time, it's a very sealed and low maintenance system here. Any of the crop, any of the leaf or waste will get discharged out the bottom, and that will drop into the waste belt underneath. And again, we can run that in either direction at any width, just to suit whatever the customer wants. Let's have a look down the other end. Okay, so we're at the discharge end of the separator now. So as the crop feeds its way over onto the inspection belt, it's quite a simple affair really, and it's quite a common way of processing this sort of a crop. So the crop will land in front of the operator, we'll pick it up manually, do a final trim. We've got an extra air jet here just to remove those last few leaves. And then really the product's finished, goes onto the product belt, which will travel down a flighted chute onto the carousel for final packing. Any waste down the waste chutes, onto the waste belt, and as you can probably see, all of that waste comes together by the two different waste conveyors and discharged out and through into the waiting trailer or whatever. So all stainless steel. We've thought about trimming prior to the separator, through the separator, doing the job it needs to do, and then a final job here at the end. So a very simple system, very, very few moving parts. Gentle on the crop also. The spiral segments you can see there are replaceable on the square shaft, so if you do have some damage you only have to replace a small section at a time. So really nice and simple, well built, stainless steel, easy to clean, and that's really the cabbage de-leafing machine. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you.